Hey guys, it's Mike from DirtyBike Industries and TalariaUS.com. So we got it built yesterday, and yesterday we went out and gave it a little ride. And the first impressions are, wow, that's a nice bike. It is rock solid. The handling is good. The speed is great. I think I hit 47 miles an hour top speed. So that's what you would expect. Acceleration good, and it is quiet. It's super quiet with the gearbox. It's almost stealthy. Open up the battery cover, and inside you'll see the battery sits in there really nicely. The little button here will show the indication of the state of charge of the battery. It's also indicated on the display in real time as you ride, so you can see it without looking down at the battery or lifting the cover. The charge port has a little cap that's actually held on there very securely, so it's not going to come off or come loose while you're riding. Clicks into place like that. The connector is much more robust, can carry a lot of current, and it is rock solid, as you can see. So to get the battery out, we'll turn off the circuit protector. Always turn off the circuit protector before you disconnect the battery, or you'll cause arcing and you will damage your connection. So always turn off the circuit protector before you disconnect the battery. You push this little red tab down and in, and then the connector will come apart. And you can see the big blades carry a lot of current. That's great, should last a long time. And then the battery communication ports inside there. Long wires, so you can hang them out of the way and pull the battery out. So set it down and you look inside. When the battery goes down, there's a little lever that it steps on and pushes this one forward to hold the battery very securely in place while you're riding. And also, when you remove it, it gives you a lot more room to get the battery in and out with ease. All right, let's suck it back in there. All right, so seats a lot, very wide, very nice and comfortable. The air goes are great. It goes into the battery cover and the frame. The actual frame is wider all around and a little beefier than the other bikes. And the foot pegs actually are farther apart, so it feels a little larger. The bike's easier to grab with your legs while you're riding it. So all up front, this is the D&M fork, and that's all pretty standard stuff. In the back, the rear wheel, the reel is a 1.6 rim with an 80/119 tire, so it is wider. You can see how wide it is, and the rim is a little wider too. Comes with Fast Ace shock. It's great, no complaints about that. It felt really good in there. The swing arm itself is beefier. It is a lot thicker, and there is not flex in it at all. It feels rock solid. The brake discs, front and rear, are thicker, so they're less susceptible to bending or warping. They're over 2 millimeters thick, so it's a nice thick brake. 4 piston calipers, front and rear. You can see the gearbox inside there. That's what makes this thing so quiet and robust. It has some lube in there. That's where you would service the gearbox. That little cover comes off, and then there's a drain plug in there and a fill indicator, a dipstick, if you will. And look at the horn is really tucked up tight inside there, and the controller. Nice welds, nice frame construction. Subframe, cast subframe construction is really nice as well. So one of the greatest things I've enjoyed yesterday about this bike was the display. So we'll turn the key on, and the display comes on, and it's saying wait, and that's pretty much because we haven't started it, and the kickstand's down. So we'll put the kickstand up. It still won't go until you hit the start button. Now it says ready, and it will go. All right, so on this display, a couple of really cool things. You'll see that the mile per hour indicator is there. So the display here on top says it's in sport mode or eco mode. If you push this button, it will change to eco mode and back to sport mode. The big numbers are the speed indicator. Stop it from flickering. the battery indication, the battery state of charge, and how much percentage of charge, and how many miles you've gone. And this little number on the right is your brake regen. That's one of the coolest things. You could actually adjust the engine braking and the regeneration on the fly while you're riding. So if you feel like you're letting off and it's dipping too much, or if you're panicking that you don't have enough battery left, turn the regen up so it regens even more. So once this display is on there, you can push your mode button and it switches to this menu, and you can go down. The data button will show you data about the bike. So average energy, the max speed, average speed, your boot time, which is how long the controller's been awake, and how many miles on the bike. We put 15 miles on it yesterday. So the next one is the wheel size. That is 19 and 17. We have the 19, so we'll leave that in there. The units, if you go up one, you can do it imperial or metric. We're gonna stay with imperial. Wheel size. The gear ratio, you can actually tell it what gear ratio you have if you put a bigger sprocket on, so the controller knows which one you have and adjust it properly. And then the battery, the capacity, the voltage, and the cycles. That's 2 cycles because we just recharged it again before today. So to get out of it, and back up, and go to exit, boom, and you're out. So a wonderful little display. It's tiny, it's not in the way at all. The other buttons and the controls are great. The throttle seems pretty stout with a button inside there. That's nice. The horn button down here is pretty cool. Overall, the bike was very impressive. Even a stone stock, very, very impressive. Love this little bike. Can't wait to get more of them. We have them available right now at TalariaUS.com for pre-order, and the order should be in the mid-March, maybe the 1st or the 2nd week of March. So they're coming pretty soon. We still have a few left that you can grab before everybody else gets it. Hope to see you out there on a Talaria Sting. Great bike.